everybody, welcome back to the My Pro Golfer channel. Today we're going to give you some insights on ways to compete with yourself right out here on the putting green to make your practice more fun as we continue our series on how to play golf. So my first question is, how many of you absolutely love putting and just hitting putts around the green? Well, if you're like me, you do. It's a nice, beautiful night out here. You can hear the birds chirping. The cool of the day is here, and I've got some time to kill, so I'm going to do a little bit of putting. It's the best use of your time when you don't have a lot of time, because it's the biggest piece of the golf game that would matter the most if you could get just even a little bit better at it. Let's say that you average 38 putts around. Well, if you can find a way to find 4 putts around more and then you start averaging 34, you've dropped your handicap pretty much by half of a percentage point. So it's a big deal, putting. And so sometimes you can just kind of get willy-nilly about putting and not really focus on some fundamentals. Tonight I've got the gate drill as our first of 3 options for you to keep putting fun and instructional all at the same time.
Hey, thanks for watching today's episode. Here at My Pro Golfer, you know we like to keep things simple. And today, I've got a special gift for you to help you never miss a 5-foot putt again. Click the link below and download today.
So the gate drill is real easy to set up. You just want to get about 1 or 2 paces away, which for me is about 6 feet. And then you want to make sure that the putt is pretty flat, so there's not a whole lot of humps and bumps right here. You want to set your putter down on that same target line, and depending on your level of golf, put it a centimeter outside of each club. If you're really good, tighten it up and do like just a ½ centimeter on each side, and then set that golf ball down there right in between on that line. Especially if you use a line on your putter or on your ball, line that line up to your target. And then from there, once you get set, you're just going to set yourself on the ball, and you're just trying to focus on stroking through that little gate. This is a drill that was made pretty famous in the late 90s, early 2000s by Tiger, and it just really clears the mind of how the stroke should be, because your whole focus is just to get it between the gate lines, not so much worrying about speed, as I obviously did there. So get that putter in there, build your setup, stroke any which way you want. If you nip it, you didn't pass the test. If you don't hit it, then you're in really good shape. Keeping that putter low and on line will be a really good test for you to work on your game. All right, so once you've done the gate drill and you kind of got a real good sense of your stroke and maybe a little bit about the pace of the greens, this next drill I got from Brad Faxon. You'll notice that all of the drills I do aren't from an instructor, they're from a player on the PGA Tour, because the olive tree method was birthed out of me watching what the tour players do and listening less to my golf instructors. I really try to focus on what the best players in the world are doing and trying to make that relatable to you on this channel. So Brad Faxon talks about the pressure putt. So this putt's for par from 4 feet. From 6 feet, this putt's for par. And then from 8 feet, this putt's for birdie. And so if you can make an even par round, if you go around 4 times, so from there, there, and here, then you have the opportunity to give yourself some competition towards the end. So my goal is to make all the pars, and for me, I'm trying to shoot 2 under. So my goal is to make all the pars and 2 of the birdies around the horn. If I miss a par, I've got a chance to make up for it. So let's just go through this one little series here. I haven't putted this putt yet, so I don't know what this putt does, but I'm just going to try to use this. And you'll notice from some of the other videos, gang, I've been mostly playing with a mallet putter. I felt like I was losing a little bit of my feel and my natural stroke, so I've gone back to the Scotty Cameron blade from a while ago, and that's probably why I got rid of it. But I really enjoy stroking it and just getting the nice feel of the release in my stroke, so that I can kind of get that sensation of being a player again that made a lot of putts with a blade style putter. I was very good at putting at one time in my life and would love that feel to come back. All right, so I lipped out that last one. So right now I'm over par before I go to my next station. My goal would be to shoot 2 under, so I've got a lot of putts to make, but up until generally that last or second to last grouping, you got a chance to complete the drill. All right, so hopefully you can see the two tees on the ground. You need 8 tees for this drill, and this drill I got from Phil Mickelson, another tour player. I've called this the spider drill. I'm not sure what Phil called it, but all you do is you set your putter down on the area of the pin, and then you take your tee and just stick it right in the ground. You're gonna go all the way around all 4 in that scenario. So you got yourself a little square box, and then the spider piece is sort of like creating a web. So on that same angle of the hole there, you're gonna set your putter down and lay it away from the hole where you're gonna set that other tee marker there. So then you're gonna come around to these 2 tees. It's already preset the other 2. Just set that tee right in there. You're gonna set this tee right on that line, and then grab this last tee, setting up the spider drill. And now the trick of this spider drill is that you only have 1 ball, which is kind of nice. And you've got to make all 4 on the inside loop. So you don't have a lot of time, or you have a little bit more time than the Brad Faxon drill, and you don't mind you know, getting some steps in along with the setup, you're going to go through this spider drill. So boom, I'm going to make all the 3 footers, because your putter length is about 3 feet. Boom, 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 and then go on the outside. So let's take you through that real quick, see if we can get pretty far down the drill itself and just kind of show you how it works. You don't really have to worry about lining it up. These are pretty short putts. You want to really focus on the putter and your setup and just a nice solid stroke through impact. Good, so there's 1 in. I like to go to the right because I'm a right-handed player. Phil probably went to the left. Get that ball set in there. Set your putter. Set your setup. Make your stroke. It gives you something to do, something to think about as you rotate through your practice sessions, working hard to make sure everything's coming together. Set the putter in, kind of following the same process that you would each and every time, just to kind of get that same fluid feeling. And so now we're into the last moment of truth before we can move to the outside ones. So we've got our last putts. We made all 3 footers. This is a great thing to do before a practice round or any kind of tournament round. We just make, oh man, overthinking it. So what I gotta do is move back in here and go through that same process again, making all 8 in a row before I can go. It's really important to do this kind of scenario before you go play golf. You get a really good sense of how the greens are breaking around the cup, and you get to see the ball go in quite a bit. Get yourself a little bit of positive vibes before you get out on the golf course. It's gonna be a great drill for you, the spider drill from Phil Mickelson.
Hey, just want to remind you to not forget on getting your free gift below on how to never miss a 5-foot putt.
Well, unfortunately, as you see behind me, we're not going to be able to try to do that drill one more time as the sprinklers have taken off here at Summerfield Crossings Golf Club. But I hope you really did enjoy 3 options for you to get some better practice habits in on the putting green. Number 1, the gate drill. Take 2 tees, put them real close to the putter, just like that, set them in there, and try to really get good at making sure that putter comes through low, not nipping the top of the tee. So top of the tee would hit, bottom of the tee won't. Keep that stroke going so you can really keep it nice and low and hitting that center of the face so you're not creating any upward spin or downward spin in the stroke. You want to really let that putter use the natural loft and roll that ball end over end for more consistent strikes. And then the Brad Faxon drill is a real good way to not have to have a whole lot of setup, but really get a good feel and flow for the pace of the greens and how the little subtle breaks around the pins are gonna happen. And it's a great way to compete with your buddies and friends on the putting green. So, hey, what did you end up with that Brad Faxon drill? Oh, I was 1 under, oh, I was even par. All right, then you're 1 up and just move on through that process. So the Brad Faxon drill is just try to take 2 paces, put the ball down, take 1 pace, put the next ball down, and 1 pace, put the next ball down. The goal is to kind of maybe a 4 to 5 footer, 7, 9, 4, 6, 8, something in that method. And then you're trying to make the first 2 putts or pars, and that last putt is a birdie. So you can really actually, if you make every single putt, you'll shoot 4 under for that drill. And then the most complicated one, the one that you got the most amount of time to do, is what you see still set up there. And if these sprinklers go off, I'm gonna try to finish my round there and try to make sure I get all 8 before I leave tonight and get myself a little feel for my Scotty Cameron blade putter, which made so many putts in the past and is not quite as confident as it used to be, but I'm gonna kind of keep working with it and see if I can get some nice rolls in tonight. So if this was helpful, I want to be here for you and anything that you want to see out here on this garden channel that we have. We got a lot of content already on there, but we want to hear from you. If there's anything specific that you want produced in these videos that we do each and every week for you, comment below. I'm happy to do them all. We got some new lefty stuff coming. We got some new short game stuff coming. We got some take me to the tour stuff coming. So be looking out for those as they come up in the weeks to come. Thank you so much. If you like tonight, like it. If you like it, subscribe. We'll see you next Thursday at 6 o'clock.